Welcome to Adventures with Danno. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. If you will not join and subscribe to my channel, you shall be destroyed.
Happy Star Wars Day, guys. Been working on that for a little while. Play a little Darth Vader music here while I lighten things up. May the 4th be with everyone. Welcome to the Adventures with Danno live show, Star Wars edition. Tonight we will be talking everything Star Wars. All right, Vader, you need to take a break. So I found this 10 hours of Darth Vader breathing. We're not going to leave it on for 10 hours.
Nice.
So how are you guys doing? Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you all. Thank you for joining me today. Got a couple little trinkets I'm going to show you guys here that I got from Galaxy's Edge back at Disney World. So, pretty much ever since I got off work, I've been watching Star Wars. Me and Jess started with A New Hope, and I'm going to have to rewind Empire Strikes Back because it looks like we're missing the end of that one. Of course, Jess has probably already turned it off. Hey, Matt. Hey, Barry. Hey, Shar, Vanessa. Hey, Dave. Glad you guys are all on. Yeah, I wanted to do this special Tuesday thing here. Got this cool Baby Yoda shirt on, too. Got a lot of comments on today. It's amazing how many people forgot today was May the 4th. The funny thing is my dad was actually the one that reminded me that I knew about it, but he messaged me. He starts work at like 5:30 in the morning, and I had a message when I got up, May the 4th be with you. So it's pretty much been going all day. I'm doing good, Matt. Love all the Star Wars stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and take my cape off because this thing is ridiculously hot. It used to be part of my Darth Vader outfit. And over the years, the mask got chewed up, and I don't know what happened to my gloves, but still got the lightsaber. And a pretty cool one it is. Oh. And you can't have the dark side without the light. It's pretty cool when you hold these together. It's like they're shocking each other. Well, I hope you guys have been enjoying all of our vacation stuff from Gatlinburg. It's been a lot of fun. We'll talk more about that Friday. Just going to talk Star Wars today, maybe toward the end. We're probably going to stay on until about 8 o'clock, probably the last 15 minutes or so. I have a few Star Wars trivia, so hopefully you guys are on your game tonight. That's no saber. Yeah, Dave just went down to Galaxy's Edge and built one of the $200 sabers. I couldn't afford it. They're cool. They're cool. So, big question of the night. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? Mine is Return of the Jedi. I'm a huge Return of the Jedi fan, mostly because it's just kind of the finale of everything that set it off. You know, me and Jess were talking earlier. One of the bad things that I did with Jess, she had never seen Star Wars before. And I wanted to see what it was like for someone to watch 1 through 6. Force Awakens hadn't come out yet or anything. So I wanted to see what it would be like if someone watched 1, 2, 3, and then the originals, 4, 5, 6. And boy, that was not a good idea because she ended up liking the original or the prequels more than she did the originals. So my plan backfired, and yeah. Dave says A New Hope, where it all started. You know, it's really hard for me to I kind of look at it in trilogies. Like, obviously my favorite trilogy is the original, but you know, you do got to kind of look at it like if you have to break it down and say which is your favorite movie, I don't know. It's everything for me. The music coming together. I'm a huge fan of the Emperor. I really liked how the Emperor brought even a darker side to things, no pun intended, to Return of the Jedi. He was real sinister. He's always kind of been one of my favorite characters. Yeah, we must be about the same age, Barry, because yeah, I feel like I just turned 40 a couple months ago, and I feel like I'm right at that age where, Star Wars really took off. I wasn't born before when the original came out, but I do remember seeing Return of the Jedi in the theaters when I was pretty little, so that could be why I like that one better. Just says, yeah, these OG ones, get out of here. Yeah, I don't know. Everything about the originals was great. The George Lucas knew what he was doing. No Jar Jar Binks. Although Return of the Jedi did have some kind of visions of what George Lucas was going to become with a lot of the different creatures and stuff that he had in the show. When Jar Jar popped on screen, I wasn't at all surprised, and I really he wasn't that big of a deal for me. I really liked Phantom Menace. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome that we were getting more Star Wars movies. I'm a huge fan of Qui-Gon Jinn. What's his name? Liam Neeson. He's a great actor. Also, that movie came out right at the same time as Batman Begins, and he played the villain in Batman Begins. I thought that was pretty awesome. Having a major bad guy in one movie and then a major Jedi in one movie. I did kind of hate how they killed him off. Yeah, spoiler alert. Phantom Menace, they killed off Qui-Gon Jinn so fast, and it was like, man, he was my favorite character. Dave saw A New Hope in a drive-in. Boy, I bet that was awesome. Here's something funny. We were just watching it. It's on all day on TBS here. And we were watching A New Hope, and I just could not believe. Now, I have the Blu-rays. I don't have the 4K or anything, but I have the Blu-rays. I couldn't believe the clarity on TBS. I feel like the clarity coming out of the cable is better than my Blu-ray. I don't know why that is. I have no idea. Like, it seems like the way they fixed the film to where it fills in the whole screen and you don't have like the black bars like you do on the Blu-rays like I have. The sound isn't as good because I can boost the Blu-ray with the speakers and all that. Jessica says, I mean, maybe if I didn't have the entire thing spoiled ahead of time, I would have liked them. Yeah, I could see that. Jess, we were just talking about this. Jess kind of thought that it was really easy to figure out that Darth Vader was Luke's father. Well, and I had to retell her that in the beginning, in the first one, nobody knew because Obi-Wan says that Darth Vader killed his father. Kind of a metaphor there, but and those along with a couple things, and I'm not going to be one to hate on too much Star Wars at all, but I really do think that when George Lucas made the first movie, and a lot of people will disagree, but I don't think he really knew what he was going to do with the second and third movie. I think the whole him becoming his father and all that stuff, I think he did that as he went along. He obviously did the whole Luke and Leia thing, being brother and sister, as they went along, because I don't know, there's some kind of weird like love thing at the beginning where, it's kind of a toss between Han Solo and Luke. She even kisses Luke. We all know that. And yeah, I don't know. That'll be a long mystery. I have seen those, Barry. Pretty hilarious. Somebody did a video where Jar Jar Binks goes Sith. And it's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's funny though. He's got the red eyes and everything. No, our TV's not 4K. It's a smart TV. No, it's not 4K though. Honestly, I'm not a huge 4K fan as far as 4K TVs go. but I've never owned one. So my dad has one, and every time I go up there to watch one of the Bengals games or Reds game or something, it's like I think he's got his settings off or kind of weird. It looks like it kind of like slides, and I don't know if it's the picture or something. I'm just not used to 4K, but it was hard to watch. I mean, it was hurting my eyes. That is the only way to salvage Jar Jar Binks. Well, yeah, and I think somewhere along the lines of Attack of the Clones, Jar Jar's the one who basically ruins it for everybody. He tells the committee, the jury, and all that stuff. Basically, gets Chancellor Palpatine like all these powers, and it was all because of Jar Jar. And that's the one moment, I guess, in the Star Wars thing. Well, he's kind of silly, so we'll just kind of have a silly answer. And we could go on and on about George Lucas and all that, but it's a happy day. Dave Furman says Return of the Jedi were not even thought of, but the success of A New Hope caused George Lucas to write the other two. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, most people know that, but you look on Facebook and you see all this stuff. What's funny is I see people who are like 20 years younger than I am, and they have all these different like theories and all these different things that they say about Star Wars. And it's like, well, you have to kind of look at it like each one of these movies was made not really knowing what we were going to do for the next ones. Now, I do think with the prequels, I think he had a good idea, of what he was doing. I know a lot of people didn't like Attack of the Clones. I thought it was great. I thought it was great with the whole Jedi battle at the end, with the droids. It'd be nice to see like a bunch of Sith or something, but I don't know if that was really in the budget. I did have some glaring issues with Revenge of the Sith and how Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader. It just, it was like, boom, rise, you're Darth Vader. It was like, let's go kill a bunch of kids in the Jedi Temple. Like, I don't know. That never really sat well with me in that movie. Yeah. I don't know if turning into a Sith would happen like that. I think it's, I think it would have to be kind of drawn out over time, but I don't know. I guess that's why Yoda was always like, don't fear anything. Don't look into the dark side at all. Cause as soon as you do, boom, snap of a finger, you're ready to just go blow people up. I don't know. For those of you who've seen Revenge of the Sith, what did you guys think about that? I think that is one of the most controversial Star Wars films there's been because, I don't know, I always saw Darth Vader as, the darkest guy out there, like the baddest enemy of all time. But when they put him in like that and made him just flip a switch like that, I was kind of like, that's pretty weak. Now I really don't care what happens to you. Let's see here. Well, hello, Marie. How are you? Yes, I do know who Starkiller is. Man, that's that was one of the trivia questions, Barry. So I can't ask that one now. The question I was going to ask is, what was George Lucas going to originally name Luke Skywalker? Luke Starkiller. Try and you got to do better than that, man. Jess, let's watch Spaceballs. Have you seen Spaceballs, Jess? Miss Elaine. Yes, we are back home, but we still have a lot more of our vacation videos coming out every day. Really appreciate you guys watching all our videos and everything. We've been getting a lot of good feedback, a lot of good comments. Really awesome. You guys joining the show. The channel's getting bigger. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. It's free. I always try to tell people it's free to subscribe, and you get nothing but great adventures from yours truly. Feels good to be back home. We did a lot We did a lot more than we ever do down in Gatlinburg. Usually we'll take a day, maybe 2 days, just resting, doing nothing. Obviously, as you can probably tell in the videos, the island is probably our favorite place to go. We're not much hikers, you know. It'd be nice to go back up Klingman's Dome, but yeah, maybe one time. Just says Anakin had to be mind controlled or something because that was whack. Yeah, it really was. It's hard for me to even watch that scene because it's like, you're expecting something epic. Instead, you got, well, I'm going to chop off Mace Windu's arm. Sorry if it's a little graphic if any kids are in here. But yeah, I'm going to chop off his arm. And then, that Emperor guy, he needs to go to trial. And I'm worth giving up everything in life to serve this guy. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it at all. I could have. It's amazing. Like when you're a huge fan of something, you always see yourself being able to do a better job. It may not turn out that way, but you always see ways that you can make it better. For one, I would have just taken Hayden Christensen out of that movie. He played a good Darth Vader. He did after he was Darth Vader. But that transition just did not work out well. I just did not feel it, Palpatine is the baddest, and that is, he's that actor, Ian DiArmond. He is amazing. I mean, he can really, his voice to, just everything he does. He is just a great actor, and if anybody sold that part in that movie, it was him. Everything he did was fine. I just feel like the script and the way it was written was wrong. I think George Lucas shouldn't have butted in so much. He probably just... Now, I will tell you, if you really want to read a great book, okay, if you want to read Revenge of the Sith, I have the book. It's written by Matt Stover. He is the original author of the original Star Wars. And he only did 2 of them. He did the original Star Wars and he did Revenge of the Sith. The Revenge of the Sith book is absolutely nothing like the movie. Nothing. Like, it's a lot darker. It's a lot more gritty. There were a lot of things that in Revenge of the Sith that they left out of the movie that were very important. Like, one really important thing that comes to mind is that the whole reason that Anakin wanted to become a master was because he was not allowed to look into the archives of the Sith to figure out how to bring people back to life. They touched on that in the movie, but they didn't really say why he completely lost it. Like, he lost his mother, he wasn't going to lose Padme, and that was the stronghold that basically turned him to the dark side. So if you want to see what it should have been, if you want to read Revenge of the Sith, it is a completely different outtake on the movie. And I read it before I went and saw it at the theater. And I'll tell you, some of it was cool. I like that you see Palpatine fighting with a lightsaber and everything, but he fights with a lightsaber in the book, and he's so fast that you can't even see him. Lightning going through people, and it might have been rated R if they put that out in a movie theater. It was very dark, but I highly recommend reading it. It completely changes the perspective on Revenge of the Sith. Marie says hello. Jessica says hello. That's Marie saying hi, Barry. Yeah. Well, yeah, he did lie. Yeah, he lied about it all. And that's all part of the trickery. And it does all kind of start off with Palpatine telling Anakin to kill Count Dooku in the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. That's the same in the book. That's like the start of his downfall. That's where he never feels comfortable about that. But it's kind of, well, you got the taste of killing somebody, even though he's a bad guy and he's killed hundreds of people. He should have stuck to his guns and said, no, he needs to go to trial. And, He didn't deserve trial. Why didn't Mace Windu? They really, it's a lot different in the book. I highly recommend the book. The conversation between Mace Windu and Anakin is a lot different than in the movie. And you start to see, like, because they basically talk about Padme, and Anakin realizes that he's going to get kicked off the Jedi Order, and that's why he did what he did. Sorry if I'm spoiling that if you plan on reading the book. It's a great book, though. The fight between Emperor Palpatine and Mace Windu and the other 3 Jedi Masters who come into the chambers, that is insane. It's a lot longer than they put it off in the movie too. They didn't just die like real quick like that. It took a while, and it was morbid. I mean, it was. I could see why they couldn't put a lot of this stuff into a movie, because the way they describe it, yeah, it's pretty dark. But Matt Stover writing the first book, I have the original Star Wars by Matt Stover too. It's kind of dark. It's dark in a way. Well, I can hear the Star Wars music going. So yeah, if you're wanting to watch Star Wars, it's on TBS all day. Dave Furman says, spoiler alert, a lot of people are forgetting that Palpatine created Anakin through the midichlorians. Anakin did not have a father. That's still up for debate, man. That's not necessarily true. I know there was a book that came out about that, but then they had that. There was a series of comic books that they had where the Emperor was, working some kind of weird magic there. And some people even think that it was the Emperor, that the Emperor was his father. And boy, you really kind of get in a mess once you get into the end of The Force Awakens and all that stuff. Last Jedi killed it for me. I liked some things out of Rise of Skywalker, mostly because I hated The Last Jedi so bad that I was just happy that they got rid of that and then just made something great. My favorite scene, because I never really felt like they did Luke justice, right? At the end of Last Jedi, he dies for no real apparent reason. Like, he uses the Force, and I guess he just has a heart attack or something, because he just disappears. I don't know. I told myself I wasn't going to go on a rant. But, it's these things that fans and people need to talk about, because, Disney started off with something really good, right? And now they got Mandalorian. So I feel like they're kind of going in the right direction. I love what they did with Luke at the end of Mandalorian. Rise of Skywalker was a fan-made film. It was like, okay, we need to basically, here's Last Jedi. This bat is Rise of Skywalker. We need to just send Last Jedi out of the park. And that's what they did. That is why they brought back J.J. Abrams, because it was like, look, we need to end this, and we need people to have a smile on their face. And Kylo Ren killed Han Solo. We don't care what you do with him, but he has to die. I knew it. Even at the end when he saved Rey with his power and then he just disappears. It was kind of weird. But I knew he was going to die after that. I was like, you can't let him live. He killed Han Solo. Let's not forget that. He can die, honorably, right? But he has to go. That's how I felt anyway. Mandalorian's great. And I do think that it's a step in the right direction. I think Disney really felt that they had made a mistake, and never hire whatever that director was again. Rian Johnson? Is that his name? Oh, man, I'll tell you. I don't know about that guy. The one scene that I really like in Rise of Skywalker was when Rey goes to the island. She's trying to do what Luke did and just forget about everything, forget about the Force. She takes her lightsaber, she throws it into the fire, and Luke grabs it, and he says, "That is no way to mistreat a weapon, or a Jedi's weapon." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, thank you," because the whole throwing over the shoulder at the beginning of Last Jedi, I was like, it's ridiculous. Well, yeah, I don't know too much about Kathleen Kennedy. I know a lot of people say it's her fault, but my opinion, Rian Johnson's the one that directed the film. He's the one that put that casino planet with an agenda to save the dinosaur-looking horses or whatever it is. I mean, that's like 30 minutes worth of a Star Wars movie that didn't end up having anything to do with the story of the movie at all. Like, if it would have fit together, I'd have been, okay, cool. You just wanted to add your own little casino planet. It looked cool. The story sucked. The story was terrible. Go back and watch it again. It just does not flow. It does not flow for me. I liked the end when it was over and the credits were rolling. There were a couple things that I liked when what's her name with the purple hair from Jurassic Park. I forget her name, but she takes one for the team. She's on the ship, and then you just see that blast go right through the ship. She just does hyperdrive right through all the other ships. That was really cool to see on film. I honestly believe Rian Johnson had nothing to do with that. Mandoing. Haldo. Don't forget little Grogu. Or the child, or whatever you want to call him. I still call him Baby Yoda. He's a happy little guy. Yeah, I was a little hesitant to do this video tonight. For one, we got some really bad weather coming here. The trees are looking like they're starting to go sideways. It has been pouring down rain all day. It finally stopped for a little while. I said, you know what? It's Star Wars Day. We're just going to get on here, have a little Star Wars chat. I got this Star Wars Simon. How cool is that? Oh no, I messed up. He let you know too. I'll have to figure that out later. I just took it out of the box. But I did want to show you this cool thing that I got. I did show this stuff in a video one time, but it's been so long ago. Just makes up her own language. But for those of you Star Wars fans, you probably know what this is. This is a holocron. Sorry, I got my ring light on, so. But it's pretty cool because you put a kyber crystal in it, which those of you who don't know what a kyber crystal is what powers a lightsaber, but Jedi would also use them in these holocrons. Turn the light down here. Oh. I think this one's Yoda.
A long time fought I did, consumed by fear that was, though see it I did not. A challenge lifelong it is, not to bend fear into anger.
Words of wisdom from the master himself.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you.
Okay, then. I guess he doesn't trust me. It's kind of funny how these work. There we go. So, hold on, I'm missing some of you here. Dave says, one thing I missed that Disney does not do that Lucas did. If you look at all three films, you barely get a full glimpse of the stormtroopers, so you cannot really see the detail of them. Yeah, I think that's kind of just J.J. Abrams' directing style. I saw a lot. I saw a lot of when he did the Star Trek movies. There were a lot of things that were kind of not seen, and I think he does that to make the other characters shine. Like he really wanted, what's his name to really shine. Geez, I can't even think of his name. You know, the stormtrooper that went rogue. Finn, that's it. Oh, that's bad when you can't. That's the thing. It's like that's what kind of stinks about the newer movies is that people remember Rey, but what else are you gonna remember? You know, remember Snoke? Find out that he's just a clone. Dave says he got one of those. Awesome. They're cool. Did you buy it when you were down there? Mine does Obi-Wan. Yeah, I'll show you guys here in a minute. Let me just catch up here real quick. Hey, Dave, the brother Dave. Barry says we're having Sith chain lighting down here in Alabama. We need backup. Rogue One. We're on our way. Red 2. Who doesn't love Yoda? If you don't love Yoda, you don't love Star Wars. It was funny. We were just watching Empire Strikes Back, and Jess said that sounds like Jim Henson. I'm like, well, it's not Jim Henson, but it is Frank Oz. Frank Oz did a lot of he did Fonzie, Gonzo, a couple other ones. But Jim Henson did Kermit the Frog. Or she said he sounded like Kermit the Frog. And Kermit the Frog was Jim Henson. But they worked together for many, many years. Finn, I know, I got it. Took me a while. Finn, the janitor. Yeah, no doubt. I say Kermit. Yeah, I know. I remembered. Sorry. What was I going to show you guys? Oh, yeah. The collection. Sorry if that's loud. It's right next to the mic. Okay, so we were down at Galaxy's Edge, which is the amusement park at Hollywood Studios, the Star Wars land at Hollywood Studios, the one in Florida. And the one in Florida, from what I understand, the one in Florida and the one in California are both the exact same. There's really no difference. So I bought a bunch of these kyber crystals, and they're kind of like mysteries. You don't know who they're going to be. So I bought a few of them. I bought one Sith one. I think this is actually Yoda too. This is like a dark Yoda. I was hoping it'd be like Darth Vader or somebody else. Now these are what they call them, RIFD chips. So there are a way to trick these to where you can make your holocron sound like anybody. You just have to kind of fiddle around with it. If you plug it in to charge it without anything in it, it'll turn into a Sith holocron, and this turns into the Emperor. But I don't have it tricked right now, so I can't really do it. It takes a little while to do that. Maybe I'll put that in a video one time. Dave says, I wish I knew you were going to do a Star Wars show. I would have sent you pictures of my costumes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like your TIE Fighter costume. Other Dave says, what Star Wars character got stood up on a date? Oh, that's funny. You a funny guy. Okay. So it did take me forever to figure out how to work. You know, the funny thing is that when we went and bought this, Galaxy's Edge was kind of a new thing, and nobody really knew. Like, she broke the one that she was showing everybody because she couldn't figure out how to turn it on. Bumped it them. And she said, here, you can buy this one. I'm like, no, I'll take the one in the box. It's not broken. Yeah, let's see here. There it is. Tried to make it a little dark in here for some light effects. So you can take out the little kyber crystal here. I mean, these are cool just in general. Also, these crystals, Dave Furman, which you probably already know, but every one of these crystals will change the color of your lightsaber. You take your one kyber crystal out, you put it in your lightsaber that you build at Savi's workshop, and it will turn into that color. So we're going to try the Sith one. I don't know if it's going to... Yeah, basically, if you don't have one of these in here, Dave, then it'll just... it's Obi-Wan from the prequels, I think. Let's try it. So nothing's in here right now. Yeah, it's Obi-Wan. It's alive.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place.
Okay, one thing that's funny is that this is tricked. This is tricked right now because Obi-Wan doesn't do all the dark Sith talking stuff unless you've tricked the system. So basically I have to trick it back. So maybe we'll get the Emperor here out of this one. I should have opened these all before I did the show. Sorry. They should make a pink one. There is a purple. Actually, I wouldn't mind having the purple. The purple is basically royalty. I'm not sure, because Mace Windu is some form of royalty from his planet. And they kind of made all that up. One thing funny, Sam... hold on a second. Samuel L. Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber. And originally George Lucas didn't want to do that, but he said he didn't really want to do the part and he felt more comfortable if he had a purple lightsaber. So they had to make up a whole story of all that. Oh, yeah, see? Hold on. Now it's Sith. But I think it's Yoda.
Once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, consume you at will, as it did Obi-Wan's apprentice.
Who was Obi-Wan's apprentice? Jess.
Always two there are. No more, no less. A master and an apprentice.
All right. So, pretty cool. Now, I'm going to try one more thing now that I've had the dark one in there. Oh, nope. Never mind. Let me see here. It's really cool. There's 1,000 different things you can do on this. There we go. Now, let's see if it works. Okay. Now I'll show you here. All right, Dave, I'm going to show you how to do this because this is really cool. Just a second. Okay. Okay, what you need is you need a little, whoops. You need a little plastic piece, okay? And then where you, like, you know how, like, where they have, like, a try me thing on stuff? Well, there's a little try me slot. I lost it here. Daggone it. Okay. There's a little try me slot in here where you charge it. Like, here's the charger. And then you put this little thing in here to block the battery. Okay, so you put that little plastic piece in the holocron to block the battery. And then you put the charger into the USB. And after that, you just turn it on when it's charging with this blocking the battery, and it turns it into a Sith holocron. And then it'll start telling you about all the different Sith stuff. And I think the Emperor's on there. It's pretty cool. I'll show you later. It's pretty awesome, though. Bought all kinds of these. Ooh, you got the white kyber crystal. That's cool. Reagan got purple for her saber. Cool. Yeah, the purple looks really good. Honestly, I think it looks the best on camera too. Like if you're watching a bunch of people walking around Disney World with those lightsabers, the purple comes out really good. And the green. The green comes out good. Blue's kind of, I don't know. The red is like the worst color to have on camera. Like, I don't know. Does that look red or does that look orange? To me, it looks pretty orange. Oh. They're cool though. And I only spent about $30 on them. So me and my nephews beat the heck out of each other with them. And they can really take a beating too. I bought these years ago, and sometimes I'll just take them over my mother-in-law's house, and the kids will be over there, and we'll duke it out with them all day. You can really blast them too. No cracks, no nothing. I wouldn't be doing that with a $200 lightsaber though. That would be hanging on the wall or something. We'll be adding our saber build videos soon. Cool, man. Once I get time to shoot our Disney trip recap video. Heck yeah, man. Get to it. Be pretty cool. I'm not sure. Yeah, so for the rest of the week here, we have videos coming out pretty much the rest of our trip in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I think Friday will be the last day. Friday or Saturday, I can't remember. And then we'll be doing our live show Friday night from 7 to 8, maybe a little after 8. Friday, I'll have to work Saturday morning unless I'm filming. So I am going to Kings Island Saturday. So that'll be fun. Got the pass holder preview opening. That'll be pretty cool. We're also thinking about adding the dining plan to our Kings Island pass. Now it's $125, but you get 2 meals a day, or I guess it depends on how long you're there. If it's 2 meals a day, or you just have to wait 4 hours. So if you get 1 meal, say you go there and you eat 1 meal, and then you just have to play around in the park for 4 hours, and then you get an extra one. So I don't know. Even if we weren't going to eat there the second time, we can always get something to go. And for the whole year, I'm going to be doing a lot of filming at Kings Island this year. So I don't know. I think it might be worth it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. And if you go to Galaxy's Edge at Disney World, you can get this cool BB-8 drink, which doesn't really doesn't fill up much pop, but it is a cool little souvenir. Yeah, I didn't really script tonight's show out much. I just figured we'd all sit around and talk about Star Wars. I wanted to show you guys my kyber crystals because I'm a big Star Wars dork. This blue one here, I'm not going to do them all, but this blue one right here, Dave, this one's Luke, like older Luke. Now I won't be able to do it though because I just tricked the... I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of hard to do. I haven't done it in a long time either with this thing. So, but being May the 4th, you get out all the toys. I have more lightsabers too. Oh, so yeah. If you guys haven't already, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe to get all our fun adventures. And it is awesome. I got to say, I really appreciate everybody tuning into all our shows this week. A lot of people love our Gatlinburg videos. It's awesome when you just go down there and you have fun and you put it on film. It's like people love just watching people have fun in the places that they love to go. It's a win-win for us. We get great videos out of it. And I got to say, if you've never been to Gatlinburg, you have got to go to the aquarium. I had so much fun in that place. I mean, there are so many sharks. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the tunnel that goes underneath the aquarium and everything, it's really long and some really cool animals. Saw a sea tortoise that kept trying to get this fish. It was just hilarious. If you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. The Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies. It's awesome. It's an awesome place. We had a lot of fun. It's a great place to bring kids too. I thought that, excuse me, I thought it was a little pricey at first, but we did that deal to where you could get 3 different things. You could get the aquarium and mini golf, or a couple mini golfs and a couple other things on the list. We did the mini golf and the aquarium, but it was $60 to get into the aquarium. For one person is $45. So it was a good deal to do that, plus the mini golfs that we did all together for $60. And I was happy to see there's a lot of stuff for kids there too. So if you have kids, they have giant like playgrounds and stuff you can do. It's really awesome. I can hear Star Wars music in the background. I'm trying to think of which one I want to watch when I get done with the show here. I'm going to have to put it in blue. Return of the Jedi is not going to be on till like 9 o'clock. I just think that's going to be a little late because Return of the Jedi is probably like 2.5 hours. So I could put in the Blu-ray though. So is anybody else doing some cool Star Wars stuff today? What's your favorite Star Wars thing to do? It's on now? Oh, wow. Well, guess I'm going to have to rewind it on the DVR. I really like the way that TBS has the Star Wars on. The clarity is amazing. Like, it doesn't even look that good on my Blu-ray. And that could be my TV. I don't know. All right. Oh, you don't think so? I don't know. Time for a little Star Wars trivia. Okay, so first one I got here. What year was the original Star Wars A New Hope made? And what was the original title? Oh, you're good, Dave. Hey, Bob. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, that's funny. You said the that pancake, Bob. That pancake was pretty huge. I guess they're the same at Davy Crockett's. That one at Five Oaks was amazing though. And we didn't eat it all because we had all that other food, but from what I tasted of, it's pretty delicious. But I'm not a pancake connoisseur like yourself. Also, we mentioned you, buddy. We were in that Mountain Mall, and I noticed that was from one of your videos. And I don't know if you watched that video. It was in the moonshine tasting video. Jeez, Jess. And no, it wasn't 1958. Dave Furman would know. What year did the original Star Wars A New Hope come out to the big screen? You should definitely watch the moonshine tasting. I do, Bob. It is pretty hilarious. That guy in there, too, is just making everybody laugh. You got it, Dave. 1977. Okay. Next one. Who is the actor who plays Darth Vader in the original Star Wars movies? We're doing a little bit of trivia here, Bob. Star Wars trivia, so good luck. May the 4th be with you. I had to get Luke's, too.
If you do not subscribe to my channel, you will be destroyed.
You got it, Dave. Nope. It was kind of a trick question, Bob. It was James Earl Jones talked for him. David Prowse was the actual actor who played him. I always thought that was funny. When I was a kid, I was like, James Earl Jones? He looks awful thin. James Earl Jones used to be thin, actually. A lot of his older movies 20 years before Star Wars. Mufasa. I remember I was at my cousin Nathan's house and all of our cousins, and we were watching The Lion King. And it was funny because I was in the other room and I was like, oh, they're watching Star Wars. And I go in there and it's Lion King. And I'm like, my uncle says to me, he's like, oh, yeah, that's Darth Vader. And boy, I was just in such shock. Okay. All right. Dave Furman's probably going to get all these, but what was Princess Leia's last name? I tried to keep it simple. That way Star Wars fans of all genres could have a shot. Oh, Vader. Yep. All right, Dave, you got it. And Jess. Leia Organa. Some of these are really simple. Maybe give somebody else a chance to answer. Skywalker pre-adoption. Okay, yeah. What was Luke Skywalker's? What's his real name? Who's the guy who plays Luke Skywalker? These are stupid. I wasn't sure what kind of crowd was going to come on tonight, so I just jotted down some really easy ones. Yeah, you got it, Dave. Give everybody a fair shot. I even wrote down, what color is Darth Vader's lightsaber? Yeah, not really. Okay. Well, you're going to know all these, Dave. It doesn't matter how hard it is. What rebel base or what planet do the rebels flee to after being exposed on Yavin 4? Hint, Empire Strikes Back. Orange red. Yeah, just hold back. Let somebody else answer. Okay. I'll elaborate on this a little bit. That was one other thing that I did not like about Last Jedi was that they really tried to reenact that whole thing. We were just watching Empire Strikes Back, and I'm like, wow, that looks a lot like Planet Crate, except it's snow instead of salt. You got it, Jess. Way to Google. I almost bought that Hoth Spirit jersey down at Disney. That looks pretty cool. They're starting to make more and more for dudes. They got all the Star Wars ones now, Mandalorian, all that good stuff. Wait, what? For real? I just guessed. No, you didn't. Of course, we did just watch the movie, so. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that when George Lucas originally wrote Return of the Jedi, the Ewoks were originally going to be Wookiees? Yes, Jess. The Snow Planet. I got the 40th Empire Strikes Back Spirit jersey. That's cool. I didn't even know they made one. Yeah, send me a photo of that. But that's cool. Barry's got one. What was Kerry Russell's character's name in The Rise of Skywalker? Kerry Russell. Oh, Was she like a stormtrooper or something? Was she like a hidden stormtrooper? I don't know. That's Kurt Russell's daughter, right? No, she was Poe's friend. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, never saw her face. Yeah, I don't know her name. But yeah, that's cool. No, I didn't know that was Carrie Russell. That's pretty awesome. Here's another fun fact. In The Last Jedi, the two stormtroopers that were going to kill Finn and that other girl, that was Prince William and Prince Harry dressed up like stormtroopers. Star Child. Also, in The Force Awakens, I'm sure all you Star Wars fans know this, but in The Force Awakens, when Rey's in that chair and Kylo Ren is like using the Force to try and find out where the map is and all that stuff, the stormtrooper that she uses the Force on to get his gun and everything, that's Daniel Craig from the 007 movies. Zora Bliss, that was very hard. Is that her name in the movie? I don't know. I need to watch Rise of Skywalker again. There were things I liked about Rise of Skywalker. I like how it hit the ground running, for one. It was like, we're on a mission. Yeah, it was kind of weird with the Emperor and the zombie Emperor and all that stuff. And somebody said that there was a book, I've yet to find it, that the Emperor was actually a clone. I don't know if that's true. Apparently there was a book that came out where they said that the Emperor was the clone of the old Emperor, but they didn't really say that in the movie at all. Oh, you did? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, not many people like the last three. You know, I thought they had something okay going with Force Awakens. I liked how they were kind of treading on who was the Jedi here, Finn or Rey, and then, you know, it shows up and I don't know. I thought they had something good going. I thought it was going to be a lot better. They should have just left Luke out of it. Like, I don't know. They need to start fresh, and they need to look at what the fans love. Like they did that with Mandalorian. There has been a giant following of Boba Fett as long as I can remember, right? I mean, Boba Fett was the guy, you know, from Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. It was like they even started a whole comic book series and book series, how he fought his way out of the Sarlacc and all. I knew as soon as they started doing a Mandalorian show, I was like, Boba Fett's going to show up at some point. I knew that. Didn't think it was going to take it till season 2 to get there, but I'm kind of glad. I don't really know which way they're going to go with Mandalorian at this point. I really feel like they just really chucked it out there. Like, okay, here's Luke. It don't get no bigger than this. Like, I hope, and it pains me to say this, I wish they would do something else with Luke. Like on the side, have your own show. I've heard a lot of people say that Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, should play Luke. And I saw something online where they actually like messed with his hair some and had a robe. He looks a lot like Mark Hamill did when he was that age. And he's a great actor. I think he would play a very good Luke. But I don't really want to see it mixed too much in with Mandalorian. I kind of like the cowboy, you know, the cowboy approach of Mandalorian, the space cowboy. You know, that's what I like. I don't know if they're going to add Baby Yoda back into it, but they need to do something, you know. Let's see here. Yeah, I hated the last three. Let's kill Luke off, did me in. Yeah. I didn't even give the last one any chance. It is pretty cool. Yeah. I actually have a few of the comics. I got them stored away somewhere. Mill is a buzz with a standalone with Luke. I know they got a couple, or Boba Fett. I know that the book, is it the book of Boba Fett? That's supposed to be coming out. That's going to be another Star Wars thing. Okay, let's pause on it here for a second. Here's one issue that I have with Disney. Okay, Disney is putting stuff out so much. They are just chucking it out here left and right. You got these Marvel shows, right? WandaVision. You know, I almost feel like they started with that because they said to themselves, well, we got to get this one out of here first, you know, and then we'll get a little more exciting with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I thought was good. I thought Falcon and the Winter Soldier started off really good, but then it kind of just crashed for me. I do like how Sam kind of stood up at the end. He's like, well, I'm Captain America. Like he finally got enough gumption to take on that role. I thought that was pretty good. And now they've just announced that they're making Captain America 4 a movie. So, you know, it's funny. Like, I wonder if they were, okay, if we get a good fan response, we're going to do a movie. If we don't, we're just going to move on. Like, that's how I feel Disney does stuff. And that's how they've been doing stuff with Star Wars. That's why I'm a little afraid with Mandalorian and some of the other shows they're doing, because it's like, I really like the way Mandalorian went in the second season, but I'll tell you what, those first few episodes were incredible of Mandalorian, where they just had, you know, here's the start, here's the finish, here's the start, here's the finish. And then all of a sudden, it's like about the fourth or fifth episode, you knew it was going to drag and drag and drag. And then all of a sudden, Luke shows up, and it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll just forget about the last two episodes because Luke's here. And I did. Dave said, for Luke, yeah, that'd be cool. But please do not use CGI. That's I'm not going to keep saying Disney because I love Disney, but I love the parks. But yeah, they need to pick a character. They need to pick an actor. Sebastian Stan. You know, Winter Soldier and Falcon did not go the way I thought it would. I thought Bucky, right? Bucky is the longest lasting Captain America there's ever been. I thought he was going to turn into Captain America, but now you have Sam, who's Captain America. So give Sebastian Stan a Luke Skywalker role. That guy is a great actor. I think he'll do Luke great justice. Don't do the CGI. CGI was cool for the end of the show because you had nothing else, but the CGI stuff has got to end. It is very noticeable. The voice and everything was cool. You know, Mark Hamill used his voice, and that was good at least. Hello, Nancy. Yeah, we can't have CGI characters. You know, at some point, people need to start using their imagination. Obviously, Mark Hamill is too old to play a young Luke. You just have to find a good actor that is at that same Jedi epicness that Mark Hamill brought in Return of the Jedi. That is why I love Return of the Jedi, because Mark Hamill is completely sure of himself. He is a Jedi master, and that is, I don't know, that's what made it for me. I was trying to think of a reason earlier why I like Return of the Jedi so much, and that is it, because he is the all-powerful Jedi that is selfless, and he just, you know, yeah, it's great. And when I get off here, I'm watching Return of the Jedi. It is settled. Sorry, Jess. I'll watch it in the other room. We got 2 TVs. Oh man, you know, I was a little, when I first got on here, I was like, oh, you know, how I'm so excited about Star Wars all the time. And I feel like on a lot of our live shows, we talk a lot of Star Wars. And I was like, man, what am I going to talk about tonight that we don't always talk about on our Friday shows? And you know, it doesn't, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's like Star Wars is so awesome. It doesn't have to be just one day. You know, you can talk about Star Wars all the time. A lot of my friends that watch our show here, we're all Star Wars fans. I know everybody's not, but, you know, I could talk about Star Wars all the time. All right, Marie, have a good night. Thanks for joining. And I'm glad that you like Star Wars. Dave says, when I get off here, I'm going to shoot our Disney World trip recap video. Yeah, man. Good luck. You going up to Kings Island Saturday? That's going to be exciting. Hopefully it don't rain. I know I saw it's going to be like 60 degrees. Looks like it might rain a little bit, but I'm going up there anyway because there's a lot of stuff I got to get on film for everybody. I'm excited they're opening up. And one of the things I'm really excited about with Kings Island is they just lifted their mask thing for being outside, right? So if you're inside or if you're waiting in line for a ride on the inside, I think it is, not on the outside. And I think it's not, I don't think it's required to wear a mask on a ride, on an outside ride, but it is advised. I don't know, but you don't have to wear a mask at Kings Island if you're just outside walking around. And I think that's awesome because if you're outside, I don't think you have too much to worry about. And you know what? I'm always trying to run away from people anyway. So, Dan, I got to do something. Is wrong with my connection. Yeah, there's a lot of bad weather around here. That's okay. Thanks for joining. 50% chance of rain. We should do a collab video. Collab? Like collaborate? Recommended, not required. Not required. Yeah, we'll see, Dave. Start working on getting the channel up and running. The Force is strong with you. A powerful Sith you will become. Rise. It's funny. You know, all the movies that you quote, all the Star Wars funny stuff that I usually quote or talk of with the Emperor is from Revenge of the Sith. Yet that's probably my least favorite movie of the 6 films. I don't count Force Awakens. I always say, which trilogy do you like better out of the 2? And people say, well, there's 3 trilogies. And I say, no, there's not. There's 2. And I barely count the prequels. I liked Phantom Menace, though. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who did. They started off with a great story. I know the Gungans were a little weird, but you needed a buffer between them and the Naboo, right? Because it's their planet trying to work together. You got Palpatine who's sneaking his way in the middle, trying to tear the place apart as being the senator when he's really just got bigger things in mind. Sorry, I do a Luke costume, never a Sith. New, prequel, old. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. There were little bits and pieces of the new trilogy that I sat through. When I saw Force Awakens at the theater, I don't know if it was just because I was so excited to see a Star Wars movie again. I really like the way J.J. Abrams directs movies. I really enjoyed Star Trek, the remake of Jim Kirk and all that. That first Star Trek movie and the one with Khan, that Into Darkness. Man, those were great movies. And then when I heard he was doing Star Wars, I was like, man, this is great. Because I kind of felt like the way he did Star Trek was kind of a Star Wars-ish Star Wars a Star Wars type film. I felt like it had that kind of epic music, great story, great screenplay. Dave's got to go set up his studio. Go, buddy. Have fun. I thought the 3 prequels were decent myself. Went to the theater and the sound system was epic. The race scene in The Phantom Menace was rocking. Oh yeah. Yeah, the first time I saw the pod race, that was pretty cool. It's funny. I loved it in the theater. I thought it was really cool. Now every time I watch Phantom Menace, I fast forward right through it. I don't know. It was cool. It was cool with all the engines roaring and everything, like in the big theater sound. I agree with you. But now it's like I never have the TV up that loud. I just kind of fast forward through that scene. But the first few hundred times I watched it, it was pretty awesome. Here goes nothing. All right, buddy. Good luck. I've got a bad feeling about this. Never tell me the odds. Can anybody else do that? Anybody else speak Wookiee? Alrighty. All right, guys. Well, we're after 8 o'clock. I told Jess I was going to have an hour show tonight. We'll stay on for a couple more minutes here. If you guys have any more Star Wars questions or any more little trivia things, you were the chosen one. You were the chosen one. Yes. Brr. Brr. Oh, I don't know how she puts up with me, guys. She's a wonderful woman. I make chewy sounds in my sleep. Rise. A powerful Sith you will become. Oh, yes. It is Star Wars every day in this household. As you can see, my Jedi Master plaque right here next to Mickey Mouse. I actually have a lot of Star Wars stuff. I have yet to dig into the boxes of the Star Wars history, but I promise you I'm going to make an awesome video of nothing but Star Wars stuff. I'll have to edit an hour and a half video, probably down to 30 minutes because it'll probably bore you. But I have got so much Star Wars stuff. I need to. Yeah, see, that's what me and Dave Furman could do. If we're going to collaborate about something, we'll have like an epic Star Wars battle, and I'll bring my lightsabers, and Jess can just film us duking it out with these things. I do have a video where me and my nephews, I don't know if any of you are interested. It's on Halloween. It's Halloween night. Was it Halloween? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to look. I think I've done so many videos. I've almost done 200 videos since I have started the channel here. 200 videos. I can't believe that. I looked at that the other day because I try to just forget about it. I try not to look. I do look at my analytics to kind of get an idea of where the channel's going and all that stuff, but I don't really look at the little things like that. I try not to look at subscribers. Hopefully one day I'll get to 1,000 subscribers. So help a young Jedi out, spread the word, share the videos, tell your friends to subscribe, bring them all into this galactic empire of adventures with Danno-ness. The Force is strong with you. Well, I was thinking it was 4th of July because we were shooting off. I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So if anybody's interested, these live videos take a while to process. So it won't be until tomorrow afternoon or something. But I'll leave a link in the video description of that video where you can watch me and my nephews beat each other to death with these lightsabers. And yeah, it's fun. It's pretty awesome. and they're durable. I swear. $30 at Disney World for one of these. And I have so got my money's worth out of them because we've been messing with these for years. me and my friend John and his son, I think he'll be 18 this year, but it's been a couple years. We went out camping down on Whitewater River, and I gave them a couple lightsabers, and I said, "Hey, you guys go at it." And they're in the woods, and it's pitch black. And this was before I started YouTube. Would have made for an awesome video. But they're like back in the woods and it's pitch black. And I'm just watching from like the campsite. And I'm just watching them go to town with these things. I said, because they would hit a couple times. They say, "You sure you don't mind if we really whack with these things?" I was like, "No, go ahead. They're durable." I had already tested them out, knew they were good. And they were really going to town, and no scratches, no breaks, no nothing. All right, Barry. Have a good night, man. Thanks for joining. May the 4th be with you. Yeah, they laser tagged on Halloween. For some, I thought it was Halloween. I don't know. I guess it is 4th of July. I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll look it up. I'll post the video in the video description so you can see how durable these lightsabers are. Absolutely amazing. They still sell them at Disney. I actually think they sell these same ones at Target now. So I'll figure all that out. We'll talk about that on the Friday live stream. Thank you all for joining the show. It really means the world to us. We love you all. May the 4th be with you all. Everybody have a great night. Till Friday. Also, we have videos coming out. See you, buddy. Have a good one, Dave. We have videos coming out every day the rest of this week of our Gatlinburg trip. Make sure to check those out. Really awesome, really cool stuff. We really finished it out on a high note. And well, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the Star Wars live show here. It's fun sitting here chatting with you guys. Always remember, the adventure is out there.